for another episode of HealthWise, brought to you by the St. Kitts and Nevis Medical and Dental Association. I am your host, Dr. Tishima Brown. Tonight's program is called Your Health Checkup Guide. Know your numbers, protect your future. Now, as someone who works in the emergency department, I often meet most people on one of the worst days of their lives. Someone having a heart attack, someone suffering a stroke, someone being diagnosed with a very serious illness. But as we know, these conditions don't begin in the emergency department. They often begin quietly, months, for years, with the chest pain, with high blood sugar, with high hypertension that goes unnoticed. But the good news is that many of these conditions can be detected earlier and can be prevented. Tonight, we'll talk about the importance of preventive health checkup, the numbers every adult should know, and the different screenings that matter at different stages of your life. We'll also talk about simple choices that you can make that can help protect your health. Later on this evening, we'll be looking at what's happening at the Joseph and Franz General Hospital. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a new vehicle? Horsford's automotive division has exactly what you need. Reliable performance, modern design, and a team committed to getting you on the road with confidence. From everyday drives to exciting upgrades, quality and service come standard. Ready to refresh your home? Visit Ashley Furniture Home Store at Horsford's. Discover statement pieces, stylish accents, and comfort designed to elevate your space instantly. Planning a project? The Building Center provides premium paints mixed to perfection and expert guidance every step of the way. Bring your ideas to life with ease. Automotive, home style, building essentials, all in one trusted destination. Make it simple. Make it smart. Experience everything Horsford's has to offer today. Try Horsford's first.
Good evening and welcome back to HealthWise. Tonight we're talking about your health checkup guide. Know your numbers, protect your future. So I want you to imagine something. As you're watching this program, your body is performing millions of microscopic tasks. Your immune system is hunting down and destroying harmful microbes. Your heart is pumping blood to your different organs. Your pancreas is frantically modulating hormones to process your last meals. And all of this is happening without you even having to think about it. And that's something that's truly remarkable. But what is even equally remarkable is that some of the conditions that affect these organs happen without causing any symptoms in the initial stages. And that is why prevention is so important. And that is why that is a topic for this evening's discussion. So let's take a look at what is preventive health. So preventive healthcare is the promotion of health and prevention, early detection and management of disease before serious complications develop. So it means taking steps to stay healthy, reduce your risk of disease, and detect illnesses early, often before you notice anything is wrong. The goals of preventive healthcare are to, of course, prevent disease before it occurs, reducing your risk factors, and making healthy choices to keep diseases from developing, detecting diseases early, reducing the risk of complications, improving quality and length of life, and empowering you, of course, to take control by providing you with the knowledge, the tools, and the support to help you make better informed decisions as it pertains to your health. So in medicine, we often talk about 3 levels of prevention. There's primary prevention, that's the first level, and in this level We're talking about choosing healthy foods, staying physically active, maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding tobacco, limiting your alcohol consumption, getting your recommended vaccinations, and making healthy lifestyle decisions every day. The goal here is simple, is to stop disease before it has a chance to develop. The second level is called secondary prevention. And this is where routine health checkups and screening tests become so important. Secondary prevention is about finding disease early, often before you feel a single symptom. It's about checking your blood pressure, measuring your blood sugar, testing your cholesterol, having a pap smear, or colorectal cancer screening when appropriate. These are all examples of secondary prevention. The third level is called tertiary prevention. This applies to people who are already living with medical conditions. Here, the goal is to prevent complications, slow the progression of disease, and help people maintain the best possible quality of life. For example, someone living with diabetes can significantly reduce their risk of kidney disease, blindness, heart disease, and amputations by controlling their blood sugar levels and attending regular follow-up appointments. So although tonight's episode touches on all three levels of prevention, our main focus is secondary prevention, because it's during those preventive health checkups where we often find those silent conditions that are not causing symptoms but can later on develop into life-threatening emergencies. So let me show you why preventive medication or why preventive healthcare is so important. So let's think about two people. Both develop high blood pressure. One person has regular health checkups. Their elevated blood pressure is found early. Treatment begins. Their risk of stroke and heart disease is reduced. The second person never gets checked. Years later, the first sign something is wrong is a stroke. So the difference here wasn't luck. The difference was early detection. And that is the power of preventive health care. Now, I know that many people see health checkup as just another appointment, another expense, another item on an already busy schedule. But I'd like to encourage you to see it differently. See it as an investment in your health, your independence, and your future. I know people think healthy living is all about restrictions. They think eating healthy means giving up on the food that they love. They think exercising is just a chore. But healthy living is definitely not about restriction. It's actually about freedom, because the decisions that you make today will determine the decisions that you can make later on in life. So I would advise you to make prevention your priority. So before we move on to the numbers everyone should know, let's take a quick commercial break.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. With National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it.
Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all.
You can spend it when you want it, how you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice.
Welcome back to HealthWise. I am your host, Dr. Tishima Brown, and we've been talking about preventive health checkup. So now, if preventive healthcare is all about staying one step ahead, then what are the numbers that we should be concerning ourselves about? What discussions should we be having with our primary care physicians? So I want everyone at home watching to answer these questions honestly. Don't answer what you think your numbers should be. Answer what you actually know. Do you know your last blood pressure reading? Especially if you have a family history of hypertension. Do you know your last blood sugar result? Do you know your cholesterol levels, your weight, your waist circumference? And honestly, when was your last checkup? If you answer, I'm not sure or I don't know, please don't feel embarrassed because you're certainly not alone. But here's the important question. If you don't know your numbers, how do you know that you're healthy? How do you know if your health is deteriorating? How do you know if it's staying the same or if it's getting worse? So these numbers can tell your primary care physician a lot about your health. So we're gonna go through each number one by one. We're gonna say what it is, what it measures, why is it important, and what the healthy ranges look like. So first, let's look at your blood pressure. So high blood pressure or hypertension is often called the silent killer, and for good reason. Many people with high blood pressure feel completely normal, no headache, no dizziness, no pain. Yet every day that blood pressure remains uncontrolled, it can quietly damage your arteries, your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and your eyes. It can increase your risk of heart attacks, strokes, heart failure, kidney disease, and vision loss. So blood pressure is recorded using two numbers. The top number is the systolic pressure. It's the pressure when your heart contracts. The bottom number, the diastolic pressure, is the pressure when your heart relaxes between beats. So for most adults, we generally aim for a blood pressure of less than 120/80 millimeters of mercury, although your healthcare provider may recommend a different target depending on your age and medical conditions. If your blood pressure is elevated, don't panic. The important thing is to know it, to understand it, and to partner with your healthcare provider to improve it. Now let's look at your blood sugar. So glucose is your body's main source of energy. But when your sugar stays high for months or years, it can quietly damage almost every organ in the body. It affects the eyes, the kidneys, the nerves, the heart, the blood vessels. Many people don't realize they have diabetes until complications have already begun. So that's why screening is so important. If you have risk factors such as obesity, high blood pressure, a family history of diabetes, or a history of gestational diabetes, please speak with your healthcare provider and ask about when you should be tested. Let's look at your cholesterol now. So cholesterol isn't all bad. In fact, your body needs cholesterol to make hormones, to make vitamin D, to make healthy cells. The problem comes when certain types become too high. So you've probably heard people talk about good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. So HDL is known as good cholesterol because it helps to remove excess cholesterol from the bloodstream. LDL, or bad cholesterol, can build up in your arteries, narrowing them over time, and that process can increase your risk for heart attacks and stroke. The good news is that your cholesterol can often be improved through healthy eating, regular physical exercise, maintaining a healthy weight, and when necessary, medication. Again, the first step is simply knowing your numbers. Now let's look at your weight and waist circumference. So a lot of people focus only on the number they see on their scale, but weight doesn't tell the whole story. Where your body stores fat is also important. Excess fat around your waist is associated with an increased risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, and chronic illness. And that's why your healthcare provider may measure your body weight and your waist circumference during your routine health checkups. So these measurements, they help us better understand your overall health risk. So remember, healthy living isn't about perfection. Even modest weight loss can improve your blood pressure. It can improve your blood sugar and your cholesterol levels. So let's put all of those numbers together: your blood sugar, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your waist circumference. These numbers, they don't exist in isolation. Together, they create a picture of your health. When you put these numbers together, they give your healthcare provider a clearer picture of your risk of developing certain types of diseases. And they also help to determine what lifestyle changes, screening tests, or treatment may be needed to keep you healthy. So before we go on to what happens during a routine health checkup, let's just take a short commercial break.
Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. You can spend it when you want it. How you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice. Home or away, any time of the day. Credit or debit, right in your pocket. With National Bank card, so many benefits. Oh yeah, the choice is yours. Just come and embrace it.
Live your life your way with purchases big or small. Mango, nuts, breadfruit and all.
You can spend it when you want it. How you like, where you like. Swipe your card, live your life. National Bank life is nice.
Okay, welcome back to Healthwise. I am your host, Dr. Tishima Brown, and we're talking about your health checkup guide, knowing your numbers, protecting your future. So now that we've talked about the numbers that you should be paying attention to, let's talk about the different health screening or tests that are important during different stages of your life. So for children, we're focusing on growth and development, making sure that your babies are hitting those developmental milestones. We're making sure that their vaccination is up to date, making sure that they go through their regular checkups, and we're starting healthy habits early. For your adolescents, we're focusing on physical and mental health, immunization, lifestyle guidance, and preparing them for adulthood. For adults between the ages of 18 to 64, this is where knowing your numbers become increasingly important. This is where more preventative screenings are happening. We're focusing on managing your stress, staying active, and eating well. For women of all ages, reproductive health is important. Cancer screenings are important. Bone and heart health, and menopause care. For older adults, 65 years and above, we're focusing on chronic disease care, making sure they know how to prevent falls, making sure that they are doing different activities that help them to maintain their memory, keep their mood up, and improve the quality of their life. So let's take a look at what happens during your routine health checkup. So for healthy individuals, younger adults without chronic medical illnesses are significant risk factors for developing non-communicable diseases. A preventive visit may be needed every few years. For older adults, annual checkups are generally more appropriate. Anyone living with chronic illnesses may need more frequent follow-up. The exact schedule should be individualized based on your age, your family history, and your personal risk factors. So during your routine preventive health checkup, Your doctor will look at you as a whole person. Your medical history, your family history, your lifestyle, your specific risk factors. They'll do a physical examination, suggest any screening test that may be appropriate for your age and health. So let's walk through that quickly, just how that would look. So they'll take your history, as I said. They'll perform a physical examination, checking your heart, your lungs, measuring your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your waist circumference, your weight, examining your abdomen, your skin, your thyroid, performing other focus examination if needed. The goal here is to identify early signs of disease, detect problems before they may be causing symptoms, and decide whether any further tests or treatments are necessary. So once you've completed your medical history and your physical examination, the next step may include laboratory testing. Now, this is where I like to clear a common misconception, because many people believe a good health checkup means ordering every blood test available, but that's actually not how preventive healthcare works. The good preventive healthcare is about ordering the right test for the right person for the right time. And so based on your age and the different factors that we mentioned earlier, your personal risk factors, your family history, your personal medical history, then your doctor will determine which tests are suitable for you. Some people might only need routine checkups, but other people might need more comprehensive analysis because of their personal risk. So let's look at screenings and preventive care. So you know that not every disease can be prevented, but many serious diseases can be detected early through appropriate screenings. That's what screening is all about, actually, looking for disease before symptoms appear. So the earlier we detect many conditions, the simpler the treatment often is, and the better the outcome is. So throughout our lives, different screenings become important. For women, this may include cervical cancer screening with pap smears every 3 years, HPV testing, breast cancer screening, and bone health assessment later on in life. For men, this may include discussions about prostate health and prostate cancer screenings based on age, family history, and personal risk. For everyone, colorectal cancer screening becomes increasingly important as we get older. Vaccinations continue throughout adulthood and older age. And the important thing is to understand is that screening isn't the same for everyone. Your healthcare provider, again, will recommend the best screenings based on your age, your sex, your family history, and your risk factors. Because prevention is personalized, and that's exactly how it should be. So once you've gone through that process and your results are available, your healthcare provider will review them with you. Together, you'll discuss what they mean, what's normal, what may need further evaluation, and what steps you can take moving forward. It's an ongoing partnership between you and your healthcare team. So now I want to talk about 3 areas that we often overlook: your eyes, your teeth, and your hearing. So regular eye exams do much more than determine whether you need glasses or whether contact lens may be good for you. They can detect glaucoma, they can detect cataracts, they can detect diabetic eye diseases, macular degeneration, they can detect signs of high blood pressure and diabetes before vision changes become permanent. That's why routine eye examinations are so important, even if you think your vision is perfectly normal. So before we go on to your dental health, Let's look at what's happening at the Joseph and France General Hospital. Here's our medical bulletin.
Good afternoon, I'm Dr. Jensen Morton, the Director of Health Projects and Strategic Initiatives in the Ministry of Health. And today I'm pleased to be having this video to show a brief demonstration as well as explanation of the new service that the Joseph and France General Hospital is now able to offer. 2 weeks ago, Dr. Angel Oliveira, an interventional cardiologist, joined the staff of the Joseph and France General Hospital. Now, with this addition to our staff, we can now offer a new service known as echocardiography. So, what is an echocardiogram? An echocardiogram is essentially an ultrasound of the heart. It's one in which the doctor can create a moving picture of the heart to be able to see its size, its shape, its location, and also aspects of its functionality. It does not involve any needles, it does not involve any incision, and it does not involve any radiation. And it's actually a safe and painless procedure. The physician is able to see all 4 chambers of the heart and is able to check how those chambers are interacting with each other, how the different valves are working, and also to be able to see if there's any fluid that's around the heart, if there's any inflammation that's affecting the heart, if there's any backflow of the movement of blood within the heart, if there's any defect in any valve of the heart or the way in which the heart is pumping. Lots of different pieces of information can be gathered from an echocardiogram. Now, currently, we have the echocardiogram service available at the hospital for patients that present emergently, that need an echocardiogram to assist in their diagnosis in the emergency department, as well as for patients that are inpatients in the hospital that would need an echocardiogram as part of their overall assessment. And soon, we intend to also extend the service to outpatients that wish to get an echocardiogram as well, with referrals from the nation's 11 health centers. So today, we're going to show a brief demonstration as to how an echocardiogram is conducted and for persons to see what it's like to actually undergo the procedure.
Echocardiography is the more important study, not invasive, in the study of the patient with suspected cardiac disease, because it's possible analyze the measuring the anatomic condition and the functionality of the heart. Is for the clinic, for the cardiology clinic, is necessary analyze what is the dimension of the heart, the valves, the motility, everything. But that's why it's very important in all of the patients analyzed with the echocardiography study.
At The Cable, we believe in giving back because when our community thrives, we all do. That's why the lives of everyone in St. Kitts. We spearheaded the renovation of JNF Hospital lobby to ensure better care for all. The Cable sponsors free Wi-Fi in every community center across St. Kitts, so no one is left behind in an increasingly connected world. We see or small, in culture, education, youth development, and more. Y a ti también, comunidad latina. Cuenta con nosotros. Estamos con ustedes. And when it comes to customer service, we set the standard. We're just a call, click, or visit away because you matter to us. Join the company that truly cares. The Cable, more than service. We're family. Somos familia. And we're proud to always give more where it matters.
Welcome back to HealthWise. I am your host, Dr. Tishima Brown, and we're talking about your health checkup guide, knowing your numbers, protecting your future. So we've talked about the importance of preventive health care, the different numbers that you should be concerned about, what happens during a routine preventive health checkup. We talk about the physical examination, routine labs, screenings, and we spoke just before the break about your eye care and why eye examinations are so important. And now we'll move on quickly to your dental health. So I know that many people only visit the dentist when they have a toothache or when one of their tooth become more mobile. But regular dental checkups help prevent cavities, gum disease, tooth loss, and even oral cancers. And research has also shown that poor oral health is associated with conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. So you really should be going to see your dentist every 6 months for a checkup and cleaning. Finally, hearing. So hearing loss often develops gradually. Many people don't notice it themselves until family members begin repeating things or turning up the television. Routine hearing assessments, particularly as we get older, or even if we've been exposed to loud noise, can identify problems early and improve quality of life. And one thing I did not include on this slide, but something that is equally important, is your skin health, especially for persons who have family history of skin cancer or persons who are exposed to UV radiation for prolonged periods of time. If you notice that you have a skin lesion and it's growing, it's expanding, it's growing in depth, it's changing colors, it has irregular borders, that's something you definitely should not be ignoring. You should go see a dermatologist for skin checks. Please. I know a lot of people think that Black people cannot have skin cancer, but that is a myth. So a health checkup can tell you where you are today, but your daily habits help determine where you'll be tomorrow. Eating a balanced diet, staying physically active, getting enough sleep, managing your stress, avoiding tobacco, limiting alcohol, protecting your skin from the sun, and keeping up with your routine checkups all work together to protect your health. Remember, prevention is a lifestyle, and it's the small choices you make every day that often have the biggest impact on your future. So as we come to the end of tonight's program, and we've talked a lot about preventive health care. So the next question is, what are you going to do with this information? Because knowledge is powerful, but knowledge can only change your life if you act on it. So I'd like to encourage everyone listening to make prevention your priority, to get enough sleep, eat right, stay physically active, maintain a healthy weight, see your primary care physician, get your routine health checkups, know your blood pressure, your blood sugar. One conversation, one measurement, one health checkup with your primary care physician can significantly change the course of your life. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. I am Dr. Tishima Brown, and we'll see you next time on HealthWise. Remember, take care of yourself and each other. Until next time.